long road home. We'll be starting a series on Psalm 2 today. A quick overview before we get more into it with future devotionals. Psalm 2 is, if not by David, about a Davidic king. It points forward to the reign of Christ, and it was possibly written in Babylon or written by or about Solomon or David. We don't have an attributed author, and most of David's psalms are attributed to him. So there's a good chance, in my opinion, that it was written in Babylon about a king like David that would be to come. Which is to say, it's about the Messiah. It's about Jesus. Now, the significance of it being where it is in the book of Psalms and being written in Babylon, it was written as an addition almost to the songbook of the Jews as it was compiled in Babylon. It's used as, along with chapter 1 of the Psalms, as something of a bookend. It starts with talking about the Christian life or the Jewish life, the life of the believer as they pursue God in His Word and have a blessed life because of it. And then it goes on to the sovereignty of God, the promise of return, and the promise of a king as they are ruled by Babylonians and later the Medo-Persians. So Psalm 1 looks to all the nations of the earth and says, there is a king. There is a king that will be over you. There is a king that will crush you. There is a king that will rule you. There is a king that you must live in submission to, or he will crush you with a rod of iron. And this would give them hope in their time of exile. Hope in their time of exile. And we ourselves are in exile. We are, if we are saved, if we are Christian, if we are of God, we have a city with foundations whose designer and builder is God, a city that is to come. It's not this place, it's not here, it is to come. It's the new creation, the new heaven, the new earth, where Christ reigns and rules here on earth as he currently rules in heaven. Over the earth, but not on the earth. Sovereign, but not seen. But soon he will be seen as he sees, and his rule will extend to every corner of the earth, and his righteousness, his justice, and his lordship will reach every corner of the globe. And his will be done on earth as it is in heaven, and his kingdom will come. And all of the nations that have raged against him will bow in submission. Because he will rule with a rod of iron, and there will be no unrighteousness, there will be no godlessness or ungodliness, as all of the nations of the world are split between those that have bowed the knees to him, the individuals inside of it who have bowed the knees to him, and those that did not. And that is why Daniel described the stone, that the stone cut by no human hand, cracking all of the great nations of the world and filling the entire earth, because Christians from every nation and tribe, people and tongue will be cut away from their nations as they hail the coming King, Christ. And then we are divided between the reprobate and the holy, the saints and the sinners, those who are saved by grace and those who are not. And those who are saved by grace are blessed forever, and those who did not bow the knee will bow the knee in submission and fear, and then in eternal anguish and torment. We are looking forward to the reign of Christ now. We are in exile from our heavenly kingdom now. We are of a place that we have never been, but we know the way because we know the one who is the way. And we wait in exile, living the life described in Psalm 1 and looking to the King of Psalm 2, the anointed one that the Father has placed on a throne over every nation and tribe, people, and tongue. And it is placed at the beginning of the Psalms so that throughout the entire Psalms, as we read through the songbook of Israel, we will know the King they are singing